What is up, Blue Army, Blue King, all of you here today, and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be doing part 1 to a new series called What If Broly and Goku Were Sent to Earth. Before I begin, I just want to say real quickly, subscribe to my channel because that would help me out a lot, and yeah, let's get right into today's What If. So, our story would begin. Well, how the story would happen is instead of Goku just being sent 5 years later, after Broly would be sent to Vampa, or Broly in this case would be sent to Earth, we're going to make the story different. So, this is how the story would go on. Goku would be born 5 years before the same day as Broly was born. So they were basically born the same day. Broly would be sent to Vampa as Goku would be sent to Earth. Their ships would blast off at the same second. But for Broly to go to Vampa and Goku go to Earth, they would have to pass each other. But unfortunately, Goku hits Broly and they would both, Broly's direction would change. Instead of going to Vampa now, going to planet Earth. Broly would land on planet Earth, crashing down as Goku would land a couple of minutes later. They both would be crying as Grandpa Gohan would come and look at the kids, taking them to his home, thinking that they were some poor little kids who lost their parents. Little did he know that they, one day, were going to grow up and become the strongest in the galaxy. Years passed, and one day, when Grandpa Gohan had taken Goku and Broly to walk over a mountain, Broly and Goku would be fighting suddenly as both of them fall down. Grandpa Gohan would be shocked, but they would hit their heads. Goku would become a good kid now, as Broly, his potential will still be very insane, as well as his power. But his increase, his rage, and his super strength would be locked away, as Broly now would have power level of 1,000, an average power level. As now his original power have been locked away, as well as with his potential as well as his rage, not his potential. Goku and Broly with Grandpa Gohan would spar daily, as Grandpa Gohan would teach them. Broly wasn't too into it, but Goku, he wanted to surpass Broly, as Broly every single day would beat him. Eventually, Broly, his power level wouldn't rise as much, as he didn't train as much as Goku did. Goku sometimes would not even sleep, just to get a little bit more stronger. Goku's dedication to surpass Broly, or at least get on his level, pays off, as Goku, by the time that Grandpa Gohan originally would die, would have a power level of 850. Broly, meanwhile, having a power level 1,200. Not training as much as Goku, just some martial arts here and there. So Goku is more of a skilled fighter than Broly. When Grandpa Gohan tells the two boys to never go outside in the full moon, as Broly once almost went grade 8. But Grandpa Gohan hid until the morning, and Broly was safe. And Grandpa Gohan and Broly were safe. They would both listen, but Goku, as curious as he is, would go out one day, and Grandpa Gohan, knowing that he can't risk his life, he would stay back and watch as the full moon comes down and Goku de-transforms. So Grandpa Gohan actually does get to live this time. Bulma arrives a couple of months or years later, as Goku and Broly would train together, now motivated to get more powerful. Goku and Broly would get to the same level, as Goku would have catch up to Broly. As Goku having the power level as Goku would have a power level of 1200, and Broly would have a power level of 1300. So Goku kind of would have catched up to him. Broly would pair ways as he tells Goku that he wants to go out in the wilderness and train. Goku agrees, and the two brothers say that they'll meet again in the 21st Kaichi Budokai and fight. Goku would ask Grandpa Gohan for advice, and Grandpa Gohan tells him to go train with Master Roshi. Goku goes and trains with Master Roshi for a couple of years. For like 1 year. And Goku learns the Kamehameha and gets super powerful and good with martial arts. Even teaching Krillin sometimes. Goku and Krillin become good friends as Goku parts ways again and says goodbye. He would go to Korin Tower to train because Master Roshi told him that Krillin and Kami were so powerful and that he would learn a lot. But to his shock, when Goku climbs up to Korin Tower, he sees Broly there training and trying to defeat Korin. But Broly was furious as he couldn't catch him. Goku goes there and asks Korin for his training. Broly and Goku smirk at each other as Goku instantly catches Korin with Broly's shot. Goku drinks the water, giving him a little boost in power. Goku tells Broly that he shouldn't give his anger that much boost, as he should just be calm and not let his anger take control. Broly thinks about that, and Goku would now learn because he knew how to fly. Would fly up to Kami's lookout. When he arrives, he sees Mr. Bopo waiting for him for Goku to be tested if he can meet the god of Earth. Goku easily thinking with his brain and also trying defeats Mr. Popo. And now he meets Kami. Kami would teach Goku, and his power level Goku's power level would skyrocket, not as much as Broly's would. Broly defeats Korin and catches him, as he would catch the water. He drinks it and goes up. He would have in his head Goku's words as he would be Mr. Popo. When he arrives, Goku would be in the Hyperbole Time Chamber, as Kami would have told him about it, and Kami would want to see where Goku can get from just training the Hyperbole Time Chamber in his own. Kami and Broly will train for a bit so Kami can see where Broly is, because he already saw where Goku is. Kami is impressed and also sees that Broly has hidden rage and a hidden power locked within him. He tells Broly to go in the Hyperbole Time Chamber where he meets Goku. The two Saiyans would train as the power levels would skyrocket, with Broly having the power level of 1800 and Goku having the power level of 1750. It's a pretty big boost, but not as much as Broly had, because Broly had a big potential and he could be really, really rough on Goku sometimes. And Broly decides to go and explore, maybe just go to or to go to some rocks and break them, maybe even test out his martial arts, and maybe just kill some dinosaurs with his power. And that sounds not like Broly. Sounds like normal Broly, huh? Well, this Broly wouldn't do that. He does leave, but he goes and trains his mind and his strength and his speed, actually. He gets really powerful, is fast, and smart. Well, not really smart, but his mind is calm, and he's pretty good. He's pretty kind of smart, yeah. Goku, meanwhile, would have learned everything from Kami. He would have knowledge, strength, speed, defense, offense, martial arts, and everything. Kami eventually, trying to give Goku a challenge, would wish from the Dragon Balls for his youth to be back. As he can give the Dragon Balls a boost and make them up to 3 wishes, and he can live even longer. He does it, and his power level goes to 2,000. Or yeah. Goku's power level right now is at 1900, and it's pretty good, but it's not as much as Kami. Goku would test every ability, as he would use the Kamehameha, and this Kamehameha is really powerful. He would beat Kami as Kami asks him if he wants the rule for God of Earth, but Goku declines it. In the 21st Kachibudokai, in the end, Goku would win for a slight advantage in martial arts, as Broly wasn't really interested in martial arts when he was a kid, like I said. But continuing on, years and years passed. Goku would have a son called Gohan. They would have both defeated King Piccolo, as they would live together now. Goku would have married Chi-Chi, and they would have a son named Gohan, and Broly would have found Launch, I guess. Launch. Because Launch also has the same Launch has the same rage as Broly thinks he has inside him. So they would get along together, and they would also get married, having a baby girl named. Now, I want you guys to give me some suggestions down below, but yeah. After 5 years, Raditz show up, and at this point, Goku and Broly, or I should say Goku and Broly, have gotten really stronger. Their power levels wouldn't boost too much, both of them being at 2200. The Goku easily defeats Raditz, as even Gohan would be training with both of them. They would have both settled down in Mount Pansu with each the same house, like the similar house, but it was right next to each other, but it was different houses, like separate houses. They would also visit each other and spar. With Broly's girl, baby girl, and Goku's girl, they would spar also. With Goku's kid, they would spar, and they would get pretty strong in that, as they would have a friendship together. Maybe even be really close friends. They would also get really powerful. Well, not really that powerful, as Gohan and Broly's kid would have an incredible potential. But Gohan, he would have the same potential, maybe a bit more boosted, as father is a bit more stronger, but yeah, that's it. They would train as they would be 5 years old. They would have each power level of 100. Raditz would show up at Mount Paozu, and Goku would easily defeat him, as he would die. Raditz tells Goku that Vegeta and Nappa would arrive soon, and that Goku, with his power level of 2200, would not stand a chance against Nappa. Imagine what Vegeta would do to him. So Goku thinks about it and tells Broly, Gohan, and Gohan also want to come with them, as well as Goku's kid, as well as Broly's kid. If Gohan was going, she wanted to go as well. Goku tells Broly, let's go to Kami, maybe even train in the Hyperbole Time Chamber, or Kami could take them somewhere to train. They go there, and Kami tells them about King Kai. They say okay, as they say that they want Kami to train their kids for one day until they come out of the Hyrule time chamber, and then they would leave. Goku and Broly would get in the Hyrule time chamber as they would have unlocked a new form, Ikari. This would have been crazy boost in power, but they would have unlocked it. Broly would have unlocked it first, and then Goku would have unlocked it. Keep in mind, they would still have their tails, but they would cut it down after they had Ikari, so they don't need it anymore. Afterwards, they would leave as Goku would have only told Chi-Chi because he knew that Kami could give Gohan a good education, so Chi-Chi let him. So it basically got tier education that Goku had. Goku's very smart in this timeline. Blanche wouldn't really care. As long as she's okay, she won't really care. The kids would stay there as Goku and Broly would just take them like 1 or 2 days to get to King Kai. With their power level, they easily could get there. They would go to King Kai's planet and they would train. Both of them unlocking Kaioken times 10. I mean, with a 12 or with an 11-month gap or a time, with 11 months' time, they can easily get strong. They arrive on Earth and they're led to see Nappa and Vegeta in front of them. They would also take in their kids, which are more powerful now, with Gohan having power level of 1400 with his boosted power and his potential, and Broly's kid with a power level of 1700 because her power level and her potential was crazy. I mean, she had the potential of Broly if she was a half-breed. Crazy. She was crazy. Powerful. The two kids team up, trying to defeat Nappa, and they were kind of beating him up. I mean, Nappa's power level was 4,000, and they were almost beating Nappa up. But Nappa would go serious and try to defeat both of them. Goku and Broly, after coming back, both of them would have power levels of 22, both of them would have power levels of 22,000. They would easily defeat Vegeta in their base forms, and here's where we're gonna leave off part 1. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, Booking Lobby out. Peace. So